So let's look at some examples. So example 1.1.1, stating definitions for a qualitative variable. So in 2010, the Pew Research Center questioned 1,500 adults in the U.S. to estimate the proportion of the population favoring marijuana use for medical purposes. It was found in that study that 73% are in favor of using marijuana for medical purposes. State the individual, variable, population, sample, parameter, and statistic. So in this case, to find the individual, I always find for students it's helpful to first kind of find the sample. So here's our sample. And remembering that an individual is just one of those objects. It's a single individual object. So our individual here is just a U.S. adult. And then we want to think about what information we collected from each one of those. And in each case, we asked them a question about should marijuana be used for medical purposes, and we just recorded their response to that. So the variable here is the response to the question, should marijuana be used for medical purposes? And if we think about the answers to that question, the answers to that question would be yes or no. So this would be an example of qualitative data. Because the responses to the question that we asked each individual is not a number. So we've got words for answers here. So our population then would be the set of all adults in the U.S., which again, if we think about collecting that information for all adults, that would be pretty much impossible. So instead they took a sample. So this is the set of 1,500 U.S. adults that they actually questioned. Who were actually included in the survey. So then, parameter and statistic. Okay, each of these is a single number that is computed to summarize either population or sample data, depending on whether we're looking at a parameter or a statistic. So in this case, we were interested in the parameter here would have been the proportion of all adults in the United States who favor marijuana for medical purposes. And so the corresponding statistic, I'm just going to use some dots and change some things here. So the corresponding statistic here would have been the proportion of the 1,500 adults in the U.S. who favor marijuana for medical purposes. Okay, so the statistic is summarizing the information from the sample. The parameter is summarizing information from the population. And again, both the parameter and a statistic are a single number. So although we collected information from 1,500 individuals, we would have 1,500 yes or no responses. From those, we compute a single number, which was the proportion of those who were in favor.